Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, hear me when I say this. Your words have power. What you say to yourself, what you believe about yourself will shape your reality. So every day you need to remind yourself of these 9 things. 1, I am built for this. Life will test you, throw storms your way, and try to break you, but you were made for this. You've already survived 100% of your worst days. Keep standing. 2, my dreams are valid. Nobody else needs to believe in your vision. That's your job. Speak life into your dreams and then chase them like they already belong to you. 3, discipline beats motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline, that's what separates the good from the great. Every day you must choose to show up, to put in the work, even when you don't feel like it. 4, failure is a lesson, not a loss. Listen, you will fail, but when you do, fail forward. Learn, grow, adjust, but never quit. Every setback is just a setup for a comeback. 5, I am the company I keep. Look at your circle. Are they lifting you up or pulling you down? Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, who push you toward greatness. 6, I don't chase, I attract. What's meant for you will come when you align your actions with your purpose. Stay focused on your lane. Your blessings are on the way. 7, my purpose is bigger than me. When you wake up every day, don't just think about yourself. Think about the impact you can have. Who can you inspire? Who can you help? That's where true success lies. 8, doubts over fear. Fear is a liar. Doubt is a thief. But faith will move mountains. Walk boldly in your purpose, knowing that what's ahead is greater than what's behind. 9, I am unstoppable. Not because life is easy, not because obstacles won't come, but because quitting is not an option. You are strong, you are capable, and you are unstoppable. So every day when you wake up, tell yourself these 9 things. Say them with conviction, say them with power, and then go out there and make it happen. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. It can either work for you or against you, and the choice is entirely yours. Every single day, from the moment you wake up, you have the ability to set the tone for how your day will unfold. The way you think, the words you speak, and the beliefs you hold shape your reality in ways you may not even realize. Your mindset determines your reactions, your decisions, your resilience, and ultimately the direction of your life. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thought that crosses your mind? Is it filled with doubt, stress, and negativity? Or is it filled with hope, determination, and confidence? That initial thought matters more than you think. If you start your day believing it will be a struggle, chances are that's exactly what you'll experience. But if you wake up with the belief that you are in control, that today is full of possibilities, that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way, your actions and mindset will align with that belief. Your thoughts are the architects of your life. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that you'll never succeed, or that you don't deserve happiness, your mind will start to look for evidence to support those claims. It will focus on failures, amplify insecurities, and make every challenge seem impossible. On the other hand, if you repeatedly affirm that you are strong, that you are worthy, that you are capable of learning, growing, and succeeding, your mind will begin to seek out opportunities, solutions, and reasons to keep pushing forward. Everything you see in your life right now started as a thought. Every decision you've made, every goal you've set, every success you've achieved, it all began in your mind. The way you think influences your emotions, your confidence, and your ability to take action. If you don't believe something is possible for you, you won't even try. If you convince yourself that failure is inevitable, you won't put in the effort required to succeed. But when you take control of your mindset and feed it with positivity, determination, and resilience, you unlock doors you never thought possible. Negative thinking is a habit, but so is positive thinking. The problem is that most people let their thoughts run wild without realizing they have the power to direct them. When negative thoughts creep in, and they will, you have to be intentional about replacing them with something better. This doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending challenges don't exist. It means choosing to approach life with a mindset that empowers you instead of one that limits you. It means seeing failures as lessons instead of proof that you're not good enough. It means focusing on what you can do instead of what you can't. You have to speak life into yourself. The world will give you enough reasons to doubt yourself. There will always be people who question your abilities, circumstances that test your patience, and setbacks that shake your confidence. But you cannot allow external voices to dictate your internal dialogue. Every day you need to affirm who you are and what you are capable of. Tell yourself, I am strong. I am capable. I am worthy of success. I am built for this. Say it out loud if you have to. Your words carry weight, and the more you repeat them, the more your mind starts to believe them. People often underestimate the power of self-talk, but it can be the difference between pushing forward and giving up. If you constantly criticize yourself, if you dwell on every mistake, if you replay every failure in your mind, you are programming yourself to expect more of the same. But when you make it a habit to speak life into yourself, to remind yourself of your strengths, to encourage yourself the way you would encourage a friend, you start to shift the way you see yourself and the way you show up in the world. Controlling your mindset doesn't mean you'll never have bad days. It doesn't mean you won't face moments of doubt or fear, but it does mean that when those moments come, you won't let them define you. You won't let them take over. You will acknowledge them, but you won't let them control you. You will remind yourself that you are stronger than your fears, that you have overcome challenges before, and that you have what it takes to keep going. Your mindset is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. At first, shifting your thoughts might feel unnatural. You might catch yourself falling into old patterns of doubt or negativity. But the key is awareness. When you notice a negative thought creeping in, challenge it. Replace it with something positive, something empowering. Over time, this becomes second nature. You start to think differently, react differently, and approach life with a confidence that can't be shaken. Your circumstances don't define you, your mindset does. Two people can go through the same struggle, yet one will rise while the other crumbles. The difference isn't in the challenge itself, but in the way they choose to respond to it. Will you see obstacles as roadblocks or as stepping stones? Will you allow failure to defeat you or to teach you? Will you let fear stop you or fuel you? Those choices are yours to make every single day. The most successful people in the world aren't the ones who never faced adversity. They are the ones who refused to let adversity break them. They kept their minds strong. They focused on possibilities instead of limitations. They believed in themselves even when no one else did, and that same power exists in you. So take control of your mindset, guard your thoughts, speak life into yourself every day, because the reality you create starts in your mind. And when you master your mindset, you master your life. Talent is a wonderful thing, but it is never enough on its own. Natural ability can give you a head start, but it is discipline and consistency that determine how far you will go. The world is filled with talented people who never reach their full potential because they rely solely on their gifts, instead of putting in the effort required to turn those gifts into greatness. Hard work is the true separator, the defining factor that turns potential into success. It is the relentless effort, the daily grind, the sacrifices, and the willingness to push beyond comfort that make the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. Many people admire successful individuals and assume they were simply born with a gift that made success easy for them. What they don't see are the hours of work, the failures, the setbacks, and the persistence that went into becoming great. Talent may open doors, but without discipline, those doors will eventually close. Hard work ensures that when opportunities come, you are prepared to seize them. It keeps you moving forward when motivation fades, when challenges arise, and when the results aren't immediate. The truth is, motivation is temporary. You won't always feel inspired, excited, or ready to give your best. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline means showing up even when you don't feel like it. It means doing what needs to be done, not just when it's convenient, but especially when it's not. It's easy to work hard when everything is going well, but true discipline is what keeps you moving when obstacles appear, when progress is slow, and when doubt creeps in. Consistency is another crucial element of success. A single day of hard work won't change your life, but repeated effort over weeks, months, and years will. The most successful people understand that progress is made in the small, daily actions that add up over time. Whether it's training in a sport, mastering a skill, or building a career, the key is to keep showing up, keep learning, and keep improving. Consistency builds habits, and habits shape your future. Failure is inevitable on the path to success, but the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is persistence. Talented people often quit when things get difficult because they are used to things coming easily. But hard workers understand that failure is part of the process. They use it as fuel to keep going, to adjust, to get better. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, every challenge is a chance to grow, and every obstacle is a test of determination. Hard work builds character. It teaches you resilience, patience, and perseverance. It forces you to develop a mindset that refuses to settle for mediocrity. It sharpens your focus and strengthens your ability to push through difficulties. Talent may make things easier in the beginning, but without hard work, it will never reach its full potential. A person with average talent who works relentlessly will always surpass someone with natural ability who refuses to put in the effort. Success is not about being the most gifted, it is about being the most committed. It's about waking up every day and putting in the effort, even when no one is watching. It's about staying dedicated when the results aren't immediate, when the process is exhausting, and when quitting seems like the easier option. The people who win are not always the most talented, but they are the ones who refuse to be outworked. There is no shortcut to success. There is no secret formula that replaces effort. The road to greatness is paved with sacrifice, sweat, and countless hours of work that no one else sees. It requires discipline to stay the course, consistency to keep going, and the courage to embrace the struggles that come with it. Talent may give you an advantage, but hard work will always take you further. Failure is something everyone fears, but the truth is, failure is not the end. It is not a reason to stop, to give up, or to believe that success is impossible. Instead, failure is a lesson, a necessary step forward, and a tool for growth. The problem is not failing, the problem is how you respond to it. Too many people see failure as a sign that they are not good enough, that they should quit, or that their dreams are out of reach. But the reality is that failure is proof that you are trying, that you are pushing your limits, and that you are on the path to success. The only real failure is refusing to get back up. Every successful person has failed, not once, not twice, but many times. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. Successful people fail forward. They don't allow failure to define them or stop them. Instead, they take every setback as an opportunity to learn, to improve, and to get stronger. They understand that failure is not a wall, it is a stepping stone. Every mistake, every loss, and every rejection is pushing you closer to where you need to be. If you never fail, you are not challenging yourself enough. You are playing it safe, staying in your comfort zone, and avoiding risks that could lead to real growth. When you fail, it is easy to fall backward. It is easy to let doubt take over, to start believing that you are not capable, and to convince yourself that you should stop trying. But that is where most people go wrong. Falling backward means retreating into fear, letting failure break your confidence and staying down instead of getting back up. But if you choose to fall forward, you are still moving. You may have stumbled, but you are still on the path. You are learning, adjusting, and figuring out what works and what doesn't. You are using failure as fuel instead of letting it stop you. The greatest lessons in life come from the moments when things do not go as planned. You can prepare, you can train, and you can give your best effort, but there will still be times when you fall short. That is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign that you are in the game. If you fail, it means you had the courage to take action. It means you stepped up instead of sitting on the sidelines. And that is something to be proud of. But what happens next is what truly matters. Do you let failure make you afraid of trying again, or do you use it to get better? The truth is, failure teaches you things that success never could. When everything goes right, you do not question, analyze, or adjust. You simply move forward, assuming you are on the right track. But when you fail, you are forced to stop and think. You are forced to examine what went wrong, where you can improve, and how you can come back stronger. That process is what separates the great from the average. The people who succeed are the ones who take those lessons and apply them. They use failure as a guide instead of a barrier. Falling forward requires resilience. It requires the ability to take a hit and keep moving. It is not about avoiding failure, but embracing it as part of the journey. The road to success is never smooth. It is filled with obstacles, setbacks, and unexpected challenges. But if you are willing to keep going despite those setbacks, you will eventually reach your goal. The people who win are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who refuse to stay down. Most of the time, failure is not final unless you decide it is. The only way to truly fail is to quit. Everything else is just part of the process. Think about some of the greatest achievers in history. They were not people who got it right the first time. They were people who kept trying, who learned from every mistake, and who refused to let failure define them. They fell forward, learning, growing, and improving with each step. That same mindset is what will separate you from the rest. So when failure comes, and it will, do not fear it. Do not let it convince you that you are not good enough or that success is not meant for you. Instead, use it, learn from it, adjust, improve, and keep going. Fall forward, not backward, because every failure brings you one step closer to the success you are working for. The people around you have a powerful impact on your mindset, your habits, and ultimately, your success. Who you surround yourself with will either push you forward or hold you back. If you want to achieve greatness, you cannot afford to spend your time with people who drain your energy, discourage your dreams, or settle for mediocrity. Instead, you must be intentional about surrounding yourself with individuals who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to become the best version of yourself. The right company will elevate you, while the wrong company will limit you. It is often said that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This means that your beliefs, work ethic, and even your level of ambition are influenced by those closest to you. If you surround yourself with people who are driven, disciplined, and focused on growth, those qualities will rub off on you. You will naturally adopt their habits, learn from their mindset, and push yourself to achieve more. On the other hand, if you spend your time with people who complain, make excuses, and lack ambition, it will be difficult to rise above that environment. No matter how talented or motivated you are, it is nearly impossible to soar when you are constantly surrounded by negativity. Greatness is not just about talent or opportunity, it is also about environment. If you place yourself in a room full of high achievers, you will start to think and act differently. You will begin to hold yourself to a higher standard, not because someone is forcing you to, but because the energy of that environment naturally pushes you to improve. Being around people who are constantly learning, growing, and striving for excellence will make you want to do the same. Their discipline will inspire you, their work ethic will challenge you, and their success will show you what is possible. At the same time, the wrong company can be just as influential in the opposite direction. If the people around you lack ambition and constantly settle for less, that mindset can slowly become your own. It is easy to adopt the habits and attitudes of those you spend the most time with, even without realizing it. If you are constantly around negativity, doubt, or laziness, it will start to shape your thinking and your actions. You may begin to lower your expectations, question your own potential, or make excuses for why you are not achieving more. This is why it is so important to be intentional about the relationships you cultivate. It is not about looking down on others or thinking you are better than anyone else. It is about protecting your energy, your mindset, and your future. Surrounding yourself with greatness does not mean cutting off everyone who is struggling or facing challenges. It simply means choosing to spend the majority of your time with people who uplift, support, and push you toward your goals. It means seeking out mentors who have already achieved what you are working toward. It means building friendships with people who encourage your dreams instead of tearing them down. It means placing yourself in environments that make you better, not ones that hold you back. One of the best ways to elevate yourself is to learn from those who have already achieved greatness. Find people who are further along in their journey and study their habits, their mindset, and their approach to success. If you do not have direct access to them, learn from their books, their speeches, their work. Success leaves clues, and if you surround yourself with the right influences, you will pick up on those clues and apply them to your own journey. The company you keep does not just affect your success, it affects your self-belief. When you are around people who believe in you, who support your growth, and who push you to be better, you start to see yourself differently. You start to believe in your own potential because the people around you reflect that belief. Conversely, if you are constantly around people who doubt you, criticize you, or discourage your dreams, that negativity will seep into your mindset. Over time, you may start to limit yourself, not because you are incapable, but because you have been conditioned to think that way. Your relationship should add value to your life, not drain it. The right people will challenge you, hold you accountable, and push you beyond what you thought was possible. They will not let you settle for less than your best, and they will support you even when the journey gets tough. These are the people who will celebrate your wins, encourage you through your failures, and remind you why you started in the first place. At the end of the day, success is not just about what you do. It is also about who you surround yourself with. If you want to reach new heights, be intentional about your environment. Seek out people who inspire, challenge, and push you to be better, because when you surround yourself with